Hi, chat. Welcome in, everyone. Don't know what's up with the music tonight. It just doesn't want to work for me tonight. I don't know. So we're going without music. Welcome in, everyone. Happy Monday to everyone. I really could use some music in my ear, though. Hopefully everyone's had a good start to the week. Welcome in, everyone who is in here bright and early. Hello there, JK. Check some other things here, see how we're doing with other stuff. One more try in the music. Give a refresh to the page. I don't know what is up with it. Let's try not even a forestry refresh did anything. Ha! Why don't we try deleting data? Just doesn't want to play music tonight. Oh, hi there, Light. Let's get going with coffee. So we're doing popovers tonight, which is something I have said several times I wish I did more often. I love popovers. I mean, they're light and airy and, compared to, like, bread, pretty good alternative. So this is the new baby we're using tonight. My 6 cast iron muffin / popover / cornbread tin. We're going to be doing popovers in it to start, and Sunday we're going to be doing cornbread in this. Getting too much air conditioner in my ear. Let's see if we can't quick fix that. Wish I didn't have the coffee dripping during that, because now it's deleting the coffee dripping sounds, but hopefully it'll get the air conditioner a little bit better. Nice when the bot starts working as intended. Quite enjoyable. Hello, Will. Welcome in. Music is on the fritz. We're going to try this audio again without dripping coffee. See how that works. That was some happy cream there. That just jumped to the top there. Mixed itself all by itself. Words. Eventually I'll learn to talk chat. Hi, Alex. Appreciate all of you joining in with me tonight. Cheers. Don't want to set off any smoke alarms. Oh, hey, I need to defrost pork for this. No. Take it out of the freezer, do it somewhat properly. There we go. Oh, hey, you're not still supposed to be making noise. Why are you being all noisy? I think I need a little bit longer coffee break. This whole no music thing is really throwing me off tonight. Please just magically start working again, website. I don't know what's up with it at all. The other night it was cutting out, and tonight it didn't want to play at all in my normal browser. I opened up a second browser, went through all the hassle of logging it in, got it to work on that one, but the sound settings were messed up and I had to reload it. After I reloaded it, it stopped working. So I have no idea what's going on with this. Anyways, let's move on to other things here. We need to get our pork going. We really need to get our pork going. So since it's frozen, we're going to do a little, I think, reverse sear type technology here. We're going to simmer it in water until it loosens up enough, and then we're going to dry it, and then we're going to sear it, and then we're going to braise it some more. Yeah, I'm sort of surprised. What? Unless you have good staff, it could be a problem, like getting them from the oven to the table in a timely manner. You know, pick up, runner. But yeah, popovers, like, otherwise, I don't understand. Like, they're not that incredibly expensive, especially since there's egg alternatives, too, that are even cheaper. Please, music. Um, please, music. Yep, that sounds about right, Michael. It's a funny thing. It's a tricky thing in business. Like, I really was hopeful that I could teach the public more than you can't teach the public anything. Like, they don't even read your sign. They're just like, "Hey, do you sell this?" I used to have for my stands at the farmers markets 2 signs that are quite seriously this tall, like 5-6 foot tall, and large lettering of very basic things. People would walk up, no clue. Like, do you sell fruit? It could be, yeah, because it's a little bit more. It's got a lot more chew and pull than just, it's like worked dough almost. So are we breaking down it all here, Eggs? I did a horrible job cleaning up during stream because I was so far behind getting everything else done. Dealing with things with the bot. Even though I made great progress between yesterday and today in the bot. I should check 2 other things here. Make sure that, yeah, we got our stream alert going in Discord. And it was a nice full one saying everything as it should be. That is great. Now let's check. I think I might have to do 2-factor for this, which I don't want to. Let's try and do it from here. Nice. It sort of worked on Blue Sky. Bot sort of working. Bot is sort of doing it. Parker House rules. I don't know if there is a solid definition on what those were. Like, I remember when I went to a small culinary school before I went to the Culinary Institute of America, and I toured a fancy restaurant as part of that. It was actually quite ridiculous. The chef of the place had like $500,000 discretionary budget. He handled parties. You need something now, you need it now. But regardless, he sat there and was very adamant with us that this is what a Parker House roll was and what they were doing. And as I remember it, they were just buying frozen rolls and cutting them and rolling them into 3 smaller ones and jamming them inside of a tin. Sort of like I've done my rolls in like a single thing, sort of poofy out the top, sort of a thing. And I have seen so many other interpretations of what it is. I have no clue what the actual proper Parker House roll is. So we got pork breaking apart yet. The real danger here is proteins when they cook can seal to each other. In fact, proteins very much like sealing to each other. So we're going to turn off the heat there and just let that coast like that and hope it'll defrost a little quicker. What else do we need to get going tonight? We need our pan going absolutely rocking hot, don't we? 450? We don't need this for a little while, though, so we don't need to worry about the popovers just yet. Let's prep our greens and onions and other lovelies. Grocery store I was at today had a lovely little message there. Well, not so sort of lovely. We've recently had a switch over where stores have to use compostable bags for the veggies and everything. So like everyone's using like bio bags and that nowadays. And they had a sign there saying very specifically. Now, I think this is probably true with regular plastic bags, too. I don't know if there's a difference, but they made it sound like the bio bags that everyone is having to use now by law are considerably worse at ripening things. And so when you buy them, the sign was saying, take your produce out of these bags when you get it home because it's going to ripen way too quick. I have not researched that at all. Like, I know leaving it in a plastic bag is not exactly good science. So I don't think that is great either, but is it worse? Hi, Nan Reader. I think I want more onion than this. I think we're going a whole nother onion. Definitely going smoke and spice, and I'm wondering if I should do garlic too, or leave it less garlicky. Deal. It's about to say this onion is not very appealing. Hey, Hoja. It's got our onion here. Let's see, is this falling apart yet? Breaking apart yet at all? There we go. For anyone just joining in, my pork wasn't defrosted, so I am warm bath defrosting this before I'm going to dry it off after I get them all separated and defrosted. And then I am going to sear them, and then we're going to braise them longer. This is just water in the pan with this that I brought up to boil and then let coast. I'm just taking the leaves off, leaving the rest behind. Let's get the onions off the counter because we don't have room for them. Heads! I'm just going to be breaking kale away from its stems. And so you take the stem and sort of go from the back of the leaf. Seems to usually be the best. It's usually growing towards the light. And just all of the thin green leafy material. This is just what is commonly I see sold as green curly kale. No, platter decoration. Kale. Break this down into a couple of different groups and chop it up. Didn't do that with this bunch. braising all this, so it's all gonna cook down a bit more anyways, but it's a soup, so general rule of thumb, unless it's a big fancy garnish of some sort, it's going to be something designed that fits on the spoon you're serving it with. So garnish is smaller than whatever spoon you're using. Okay, so kale is prepped. And I think our pork is probably, yeah, our pork is feeling, I think, defrosted enough. Please work. I want music. Okay, we got that all barely cooked. Now it's time to, well, let's use the same bowl. It'll work. I think we got enough oil there. Bit more oil in the pan. Deal with all the other loveliness in there. Salting. Curious how fast it was going to quick sear considering par cooked already. It does seem to be browning a little bit quicker, but not very evenly yet. Speaking of that, or thinking of that, we're going to do salt on our kale here to get that starting to break down a bit and lose a bit of its liquid. We'll leave the fan on low. pork is browning beautifully. Like, I should do this, like, what I'm doing tonight, like, is sort of like hearsay from what I was taught. Like I was taught you should never defrost things this way. You know, it's either cold water in the sink, maybe the microwave, but the microwave is horrible at it at the same time. This is quite impressive, actually. Like, these are all basically ready at this point. It normally takes considerably longer to get a nice colored sear on everything. Okay, fan's going on high now. Be getting smoky. I don't know if the volume this is lost is obvious, but it's already losing volume in the bowl from that little bit of salt. Well, actually, it was quite a bit of salt, but compared to the kale, it wasn't a whole lot. So you got a nice hot pan there with a fair amount of heat going there. Add a bit more oil. Bit of butter. Our 1.5 onions. Salt. Get all that lovely pork flavor off of there. Bottom of the pan, that fond. I'm going to throw my pan into the oven. Turn the oven on to 450 to preheat. Preheat the pan as well. These onions are smelling phenomenal. I don't know why I used regular salt. We're supposed to be using smoked salt for all of this tonight. Creole seasoning would work well with this. While that's going, we're going to get a little bit of a larger pot here. Still following me, camera? Good. Good, 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 good. Good, camera. It's a spinning bowl salad. I need pork stock. How convenient. Why you no melt? I guess you are melting. You're just not bubbling. You're not sizzling. It's not exciting. Are you hyped, chat? Are you excited? I don't know what for, but thank you for joining me. We just be making dinner. Chat's like, give us back music, Jason. Where he talks half as much. Pretty sure I got rid of the red pepper flakes, so I think we're gonna go with just that for the kale. I think we're gonna do smoked paprika and smoked salt for the kale and the finishing of the whole ordeal tonight. Those onions are looking great. They're smelling so good with all that pork. We're getting repeats on the jokes. I think we're doing the jokes too often or something. Well, it should have more in that database. I mean, it's not my API or anything. I think it's taking it from I Can Has dad joke. Not sure on that though. Wow, that pork stock looks gorgeous on stream. Yeah, that's looking nice on stream. Cutting the heat on this now. I'm going to take the ice cube, transfer that to the onions. We're going to put the pork in with the stock that's already defrosted. I'm going to add four cups of water to our stock there. smoked paprika. Onion powder. Not garlic onion. Oh, I turned this off. Oops. I do that to myself a lot. Like, this is getting too hot. I turn it down, and then I add something else to it that would cool it down, forget to turn it back on. I wanted to do dry beans for tonight, but we're doing canned beans. I wanted to be ahead of the game for once, and it's probably been 2 years since I've done dried beans. I need to get back into doing dried beans. Okay, now you're going back over the other side. You got enough liquid in there now. I just wanted to make sure we had enough liquid to make sure and pull everything off flavor-wise. Bottom of this pan. And we're going to now add all of that in with main pot. Switch sides. And we're going to start adding kale, because we want it to cook. And then it can cook for a while. Bring this all up to a boil together. Get that pork finishing up in the liquid until it starts to break down. Get that kale cooking until it breaks down a bit. Add some smoked salt in there too to finish things off before that just simmers for a bit. How is it? Do I have maybe it's one of my can't be that one. I just disable all of them for this. Nope, still nothing. Disabled everything in my browser. It still won't play music. Though the web page is not even like properly loading the player at the bottom. Clean up this bowl. We're going to use it for making our popover dough or batter. This oven telling us it's at 450. Hold on to this for me, chat. How much am I doing? That's a different one, dad joke. That one I haven't seen before, I don't think. Melt a little butter. Quiet night tonight. Hopefully you're able to hear me talk, even with the microwave running. Mix these up real nice and good first. Anyone have any input on what I should be doing for the nachos on late night, the first of the month? There's been discussion about that on the Discord. Ozzy suggested chicken barbecue nachos. And I swapped that for pork because I have lots of pork in my house. I'm going to let that sit for a bit. Rest after getting mixed. best if you give it upwards of 20 minutes, but I'm only going to give it 10-15, I think. So this is definitely up to heat now. Give that a stir and try and break up the kale a little bit. It was still a little clumpy in there in one big mass. Now I think we got everything a little bit more incorporated. Turn the flame down a little bit so I'm not just burning gas. Let that hang out. We can put this away. We can put this away. Am I going to do butter or am I going to do lard? I think we're going to do butter. I think we're going to do butter. I'm going to want somewhere to put our pan quickly. First, the short period we're filling it. And I am going to need a nice spoon here for portioning. Or do I want to go with a spatula for this? I think we're going with the spatula. We're at least getting the spatula dirty. Seems like a lot of batter for 6 cups. When you're talking popovers, I mean, they're airy. I went sort of light on the eggs. I thought I had more eggs than I do. Need to grab myself a drink for tonight. I think I'm gonna grab some water while we're waiting on that. Oh, that's lovely. Gotta love it when that's not working. My recording's going on the fritz, by the way, chat. Let's see, was this working earlier when I did overview? Or was that showing? Oh, it was actually showing that, okay. Overview camera was showing as broken on my recording, which fun. I went and got my cup and get my water. Let's see if this breaks my bot. Well, it didn't fix it. I can still see most of the stuff here. Coloring's not great. Light and dark is still not showing properly. Oh, hey! Console's showing properly, though. So we can see if there's any errors going on. Be nice if it was left justified so that I could actually see if there were info or warnings. But I'll take it. It'll need to be fixed in the future, but dashboard not doing horrible. Still needs lots of work. I just got a welcome to the chat room thing on Twitch. Like, my chat reconnected. Weird. Weird. Not beard, weird. Silly captions. I have a beard, and I don't think that's weird. Follow me for more riveting rapping. Okay. Each of these cups get butter, batter, butter, batter. Butter. Batter. Now those are going in the oven. Hey, Chris. Drop the temp down to 350. Or to 350 from 450. How you doing tonight, Chris? Been sort of a quiet evening here. Everyone's just lurking and chilling, I guess. Which is cool. Lurkers are awesome. But my music isn't working, so I feel like I'm talking to myself. Normally I have some quiet music going on in the background to deal with a little bit of the noise cancellation weirdness and stuff. What we got going here, we got over on the stove. We got some ads rolling in, so sorry about that, but we got some pork, curly kale, onion, pork stock, soup going here. We're going to put some black beans in there a little bit later. And we got popovers in the oven. Oh, hey, we were supposed to leave that at 450 for a bit. Soup is looking good. I wish we had a better camera zoom on that. Why don't we just... keep zoom in on it. putting the flour away, chat. I hope we're done with it, considering the popovers are in the oven. I'm not planning on thickening this, and this late in the game I'd use starch. It cooks through quicker without a flavor left behind. I think we're going to take a little bit of an AFK here while we wait on things to cook. We got solid 15 minutes until I got to lower the temperature on the oven. I'm surprised these take this long. This recipe that I'm following, it's got a 20-minute 450 bake and then another 10 minutes at 350 to sort of dry them out. That seems like a rather long time at 450 to me. I hope I'm not going to end up with burnt popovers. They also seem considerably thicker than the last time I've made them. Last time I remember it being almost pancake batter-ish, and this was... there was definitely some thickness there. So I'm going to see all you lovely folks back here in a little less than 15 minutes. Yeah.
It's the newest, most exciting sound in town. It's a General Electric blender that's going around. Completely new from base to lid. Take it apart, see what they did. The non-skid base is the lowest you'll ever see.
The decanter has a 36-ounce blending capacity.
The non-spill lid is really smart. For blending convenience it comes apart. Add additional ingredients if you will. Look, no splash, see no spill. Put them all together and you know it's true. The General Electric blender is best for you. If you want to know another reason why,
It's only 10 1/2 inches high.
stores easily on the counter or on a shelf. There's 1,000 things you can make yourself.
Make party spreads.
Great cabbage heads. Blend the meatloaf for a family of 8. Make ice cold drinks you'll appreciate. Now's the time for you to buy the General Electric blender.
Did he say only 10 1/2 inches high?
Off into space. Man, that takes real teamwork. And here's a team of junior spacemen with an out-of-this-world breakfast that teams up V8 juice and Cheerios for flavor and energy. What a treat! A flavorful glassful of refreshing V8 juice and Cheerios with power protein, plus vitamin B1 for Go Power. And now, here's a special out-of-this-world free offer. This Moon Rocket Kit, both a toy and an exciting game. First, blast off. It separates in midair and lands 2 spacemen on a moon map. You get this wonderful game only through this free offer. Send your name and address and 1 V8 label plus 1 box top from these specially marked packages of Cheerios, Kix, or Frostios to Moon Rocket Kit, Mount Vernon 10, New York. Get Campbell's V8 cocktail vegetable juice with any one of these Big G cereals.
Here's an amazing free offer for everyone who's overweight. Even if you've tried other methods and failed, you can still lose ugly fat fast. Yes, thousands can tell you that calometric control is the only safe, sure, effective way to reduce. Now, this package contains the Wonder 10-Day Diet that gives you 3 delicious meals a day, plus a bedtime snack, even includes a jog for your willpower. Yet you take only 3 calometric tablets a day. And here's the sensational free offer. A 30-day supply of wonderful calometric tablets. A certified $3.50 value when you buy the regular calometric way to weight control. You save $3.50. Now, that's a $7 value for only $3.50. A 50% saving. And how can you get your free bottle of calometric tablets? Well, just send in this calometric box top with your name and address. Your druggist will give you a postage-paid envelope already addressed to the calometric company. Now, don't lose hope, lose weight. Get calometric reducing formula at your drugstore. Send the box top in the free postage-paid envelope. Get your $3.50 bottle of calometric tablets free. Don't wait, act now.
Alexis Lachine wines are full of flavor. Alexis Lachine wines are dry. Alexis Lachine wines are mellow. Drink an Alexis Lachine wine with any kind of food. Or anytime you feel like relaxing with a drink. Alexis Lachine, fine French wines.
Daddy! Gee, Mom was counting on that Jell-O cake for Johnny's Scout meeting tomorrow. Okay, Daddy. It's so easy to make a cake with Betty Crocker cake mix. I'll make her another one. White cake, devil's food, yellow cake.
It's a good thing her mom's modern. I'm Betty Crocker. With my yellow cake mix, all you do is add water and a couple of fresh eggs. The other ingredients are in the package. Same fine things you'd use right in your own home. You'll get a perfect cake just like this, or write General Mills, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and they'll send your money back. A high cake, a light cake, a better tasting cake.
And don't think it isn't. That's why Betty Crocker herself says,
I guarantee a perfect cake every time you bake, cake after cake after cake.
A pleasure, Milton. In just a moment, we'll see how well Milton does at the Pentagon. But if you want to see busy hands at your house, just you offer this lively Christmas party dip that's so good to serve with king-size Fritos corn chips. Just follow the recipe right on the Fritos package. Of course, it calls for the famous Philadelphia brand cream cheese, an 8-ounce package, which we blended with 2 tablespoons of milk till it's nice and smooth, like so. Then come 2 tablespoons of Kraft cream-style horseradish for zesty flavor, a 1/4 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, and finally, a dash of salt. And we'll blend our Philly mixture again. And when party time comes, let the folks enjoy this wonderful Philly horseradish dip with crisp king-size Fritos. There are those busy hands. Just remember, you make the best-tasting dips with the freshest-tasting cream cheese you can buy. Philadelphia brand cream cheese, made only by Kraft.
Univac, the giant electronic brain made only by Remington Rand, takes business statistics from magnetic tape, letters, numbers, and punctuation marks, processing them through its electronic circuits at phenomenal speeds. Univac can compute payrolls electronically, then produce printed checks in a flash. Over 8,000 checks an hour with this high-speed printer. Univac leads the field of electronic computing.
Everybody needs energy-packed Sunbeam bread. Yes, it's all aboard for fun in the park, but Junior hasn't got energy enough for fun. He'd sure like to ride that horse. Hey, what's this? An energy-packed Sunbeam sandwich. You bet every delicious slice of Sunbeam bread sure does pack a big energy wallop. There's nothing like Sunbeam Energy to help you stay on the beam. Now, look at them go. On Sunbeam Energy, they sure do enjoy life. Everybody needs the kind of real zip and zing pep that delicious Sunbeam bread gives you. Yes, stay on the beam with energy-packed Sunbeam bread. All day long, eat Sunbeam bread and renew energy as you burn it up. Eat delicious Sunbeam bread.
Yes, sir. If you want real entertainment, the best place to find it is in front of a General Electric Black Daylight Big as Life television set. Sports, comedy, drama, news, music. Yes, they're all yours, merely at the turn of a dial. This model has a big 16-inch black rectangular tube that lets you see everything that the camera sees, true to life and as big as life. Sparkling contrast and sharp focus give you pictures of such clarity that you feel you're right there on the scene. The cabinet, designed and constructed by America's leading cabinet makers, fits gracefully into any type of room. Genuine mahogany veneers, hand-rubbed for lasting beauty and durability, are just one example of the painstaking attention to every detail, which makes this cabinet one that you'll be proud to have in your home. The precision engineering and careful assembly techniques used in making this General Electric Black Daylight television set are your assurance of television at its finest. See it in operation at your General Electric dealers tomorrow. And when you see it, well, you'll know that you're seeing the best.
I'm a guitar and I have strings. I like to play while someone sings. Hi, gang. Do you recognize this mouse guitar? It's just like the one the Mouseketeers gave me. And now Mattel Toy Makers, the people who made my mouse guitar, have a big surprise for you. You can have your very own mouse guitar just like mine. And look, I wrote out all the instructions so you can learn to play the songs we play on the show. Remember, gang, you can now get the mouse guitar wherever toys are sold for only $4. Hey, I almost forgot. Be sure to see the Mouse Guitar Junior, too. Just turn the crank and it plays the Mouseketeer theme song. The Mouseketeer Junior is only $1.80. Be sure to look for this label, gang. You can tell it's Mattel. It's swell.
Wow. Say, you gals think you're lucky you can get Swanson TV turkey dinners, but I say Swanson TV turkey dinners are a bigger break for husbands. Now, you take me. I can be early, I can be late, I can bring pals to dinner anytime I please, and get this, my wife never panics. She just takes Swanson TV turkey dinners from the freezing compartment of our refrigerator when I'm a little off schedule.
Oh, and right you are, Jack. And that is because Mary Lou knows that she can have a swell dinner ready in just 25 minutes.
Right.
And talk about easy. Well, she just pops Swanson TV turkey dinners in a hot oven. You know, they're oven ready in individual heat and serve trays. With Swanson TV turkey dinners, you just heat and you serve big and hearty slices of moist, tender Swanson turkey with grand giblet gravy and special cornbread dressing and fluffy whipped sweet potatoes with golden Swanson butter and garden fresh peas with more butter.
Mother Murphy, lucky me. My wife uses Swanson TV turkey dinners. And make your husband lucky, too. Get Swanson TV turkey dinners, Swanson TV fried chicken dinners, Swanson TV beef dinners from your grocer's big freezer.
Now, class, Mr. Tiger will show us how Kellogg's Sugar Frosted Flakes cereal starts out.
Is a flake field?
It's a cornfield. Kellogg's toast corn to golden flakes and adds a secret frosting. Helps keep them extra crunchy and delicious. It's part of your good breakfast and tastes.
I know, great! Sit down breakfast with Tony, and you'll discover why it's great.
Mr. Tiger, you're wonderful.
Oh, shucks.
What? Keeping the coffee in the icebox?
Yes, Mr. Jones, it's a new kind of coffee, roasted by a new secret process. Hence, this new none such coffee has a different flavor, a flavor preserved by vacuum packing, the flavor retained by refrigeration after the jar has been opened. Just taste it. You can't miss that delicate aroma, that clean, mellow taste. Yes, in cooking, the way to a man's heart is most of all through the coffee pot. In every jar, you'll find 3 special pointers, valuable in all methods of making coffee. Try new none such coffee now. Use half the jar. If not 100% satisfied, Get all your money back from your grocer without argument. Special for movie week, only 28 cents a pound, plus 3 cents refundable deposit on the jar.
Next week, George and Gracie will be brought to you by Carnation.
Hiya, happy boy. Wish you'd been with me today. We saw a great dog show, some beautiful dogs. There was the handsomest poodle, a real beauty, an international champion. His owner gave me some good advice.
There are many dog foods on the market, but the Carnation Company makes the best. It's called Friskies, and it's quality all the way through.
You should have seen the champion collie. He won everything in sight. The handler told me.
A very important part of this champion's diet is meat. That's why we feed him Friskies. The principal ingredient is lean red horse meat. The best you can buy.
So happy, you're getting real quality, and you're going to get your Friskies right now.
Friskies is prepared to the high standards of Carnation Company and guarantees prime-grade nourishment.
If you're still watching television on a small screen set, you're missing a lot. Here, for example, is a close-up on a 10-inch set. See how much smaller it is than my head? Now I'd like to show you the same close-up on a 21-inch set. There. Just look at the difference. She's as big as I am now. You can have big screen close-ups just like that. Close-ups as large as life with RCA Victor's great new 21-inch model, the Master 21, at the lowest 21-inch price in RCA Victor history, as little as $199.95. Visit your RCA Victor.
Hi, chat. Welcome back. Welcome. Close this window. I was, sitting here hacking and choking over the smoke this was producing. We're going to have to turn this oven down now. Turn this timer off. Turning it down from 450 to 350 and giving them another 10 minutes, but I'm only going to give them 5. During the break, I did throw my grill pan underneath them because the butter was coming over the sides of it, cooking on the top of the new pan, dripping down, and I caught it while there was only a couple of drips down there, but that caused a lot of smoke. Should have had a pan there from the beginning. And so now I've got all the fans running in the house. I got this one over here running now. I've got my laundry one running. I got my bathroom fan running. Do I have my living room fan running? Yes. We just be cooking away here. Book him in the Talanoa. Don't have any music tonight, unfortunately. For some reason, the website just doesn't want to work for me. Doesn't like me tonight. I have no idea why it's not working. We're going to need to please pull these popovers out. I'm worried about these popovers, chat. This doesn't seem right to me. I'm worried that we're going to pull these out and they're going to be burnt to a crisp. Starting to smell deliciously buttery. Before we were too smoky, so we dropped down in temp enough that the butter's smelling good again. I'm going to open the front door here for a moment just to let a bunch of fresh air in all at once. We can turn you off. Yeah, I wouldn't say that these really popped over. They puffed. Whew. So there we have our cheddar puffs. Not quite popovers. This one close. The rest is... I am a little worried how are we looking on the bottom of these. Oh, those are looking nice, actually. Cast iron for the win, chat. And for those that are just joining in on this part of it, what we have in this lovely pot over here is a combination of kale, curly green kale, onion and a half, but they're small ones. Not teeny tiny, but small by what I see at stores these days. And a bunch of pork that I seared and then have been cooking in that. There's a bag of pork stock in there and 4 cups of water, and that's just been bubbling away. I am now going to add black beans to this party, though. I'm using canned beans tonight. I was talking about that. I need to get back into doing dried beans. They just take so long. Regardless if you're a pre-soaker, a quick soaker, or a non-soaker, they just take so long. Like, on the other hand, I mean, pot liquor, or the liquid you get from cooking beans, is delicious too. It works great for all sorts of stuff, not only what you're cooking with. I'm getting rid of the liquid these are sold with. I'm just putting the beans in tonight's dinner. Come on, get cold. I'm using cold water now. There we go. And rinsing them off with some cold water to get much of that whatever water they have in them out. So there we have our beans. And I'm debating if I want to add a second can here. I think I am. We're going for another can, chat. To go with all of these beans, we'll add a bit more smoked salt. What do I want to put the popovers in for? Nice golden bottoms. These have turned out quite lovely. I was very concerned that these were not going to be acceptable. They are very much puffy. They're heavier than they should be, but they're still very much airy and have some sort of bubblage to them, so it's a little bit of a trick getting them out the pan without crushing them and doing a little wiggle action. So, like I said, heavier than I wanted them to be. We have our and Commonwealth. We got this loveliness going on back here too. I'm killing some time because I want the soup to cook a little bit longer. So that was a good first use of the new cast iron in the home. Like I said, I'm going to be using that again on Sunday to make cornbread muffins. This is all we got going tonight on Commonwealth. We got Commonwealth. We've got a black bean, green curly kale, onion, and pork stew made with pork stock and a fair amount of seasoning. There's a bunch of Creole seasoning. There's a bunch of smoky seasoning, a whole bunch of smoked paprika, whole bunch of smoked salt. And so we're just... Ooh, that's what we can do here. Yu-Gi-Oh! That name is so familiar to me, but I don't know what it is off the top of my head. I know what it is. Please refresh me. Gonna throw all this green onion in there to cook with that, unless I'm gonna use up at the top for garnish. I haven't peppered this yet. Let's add some pepper here and cut the heat on that. I know the pork could take a little bit, or benefit from a little bit more time. Oh, that's yummy. questionably a little salty. Yeah, that's a nice ladle of deliciousness. You got pork, kale, black beans. There we go with that. So let's see what we ended up with here, chat. We got all the photos taken. Other than a table that looks much dirtier on camera than it does in person. Oh! Let's give this a shot with the beans. Kale, not just the juice. Chat, I'm really considering getting rid of these captions because they've been getting just worse and worse. Like, you'll still be able to use the captions if you put them on. What is that? Maybe I should do this as a poll in the Discord. Let's break into one of these. See what we got here. You got cheese. Definitely some cheese there. Definitely some cheese there. Popover just slightly heavier. I mean, we still got some decent bubbling going on here, but the crumb could be better. But I do think that's where I'm going to be leaving things off for tonight. Let's go raid another Twitch Food and Drink Creator Club member. I just recently joined the Twitch Food and Drink Creator Club, and now there's a team related to the club, or at least people that are vetted to be doing food and drink. I am unfamiliar with this streamer, but we're going to go say hello to Faye here. Once I get back to my dashboard. Yeah. This is looking like legit food. So we're gonna go say hello to her. I hope you all have a great night tonight. We're gonna be back here. I'm gonna be back here on Wednesday. We got the ingredient challenge coming up. I haven't ended the vote. I'm gonna do that in the Discord, so you have to figure out what that is. If you've been following along, one of them's winning well ahead of the other, so it shouldn't be too much of a surprise. I hope you all have a great evening. See you all on Wednesday. Good night.